Hey guys, so today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I wanna focus more on how to actually be better at Delta Force. I will go more in detail on how better players get more kills than you and what you can do to improve your gameplay. So let's move to the video. The first thing I would like to start is the theory. Well, you're gonna say the theory is boring, but what I'm gonna tell you is gonna change pretty much everything. So if you wanna get kills, you cannot really try and be where all of the people are. You always have to try to find the flank. You have to try to find these opportunities to go behind and utilize it in order to get many kills. Because if you're gonna fight with other people, you're probably gonna end up getting a kill or two per minute. But if you get a flank, you can get 5 kills in around 10 seconds, which makes a huge difference. To demonstrate how powerful the flanking is, I will just show you the following clip. What I am trying to do is, I'm trying to spawn my teammate who is capturing the A point. Instead of staying on point A, I will try to find a flank on B side, because I see we are fighting between B and C. I keep running for the flank and hoping to see the enemies. I'm entering the site and see there is plenty of the enemies currently there. First I'm throwing the wheel and then I'm blasting to the enemies. I use the ability so I make my kills easier. As you can see, the enemies are pretty much dying one by one and no one is really shooting me back, so this is pretty much how you can get 8 kills within 10 seconds. Okay, but now you're gonna ask me, how do you get the flanks? Okay, so let's use the following example. I am currently on Knife's Edge. That's the map where it's quite easy to get stuck on one of the points. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to see where there is less of my allies. I'm taking a look at the minimap and I see that most of them are fighting pretty much on the point. And I see there is another lane where I can just push through. Initially, I see 4 of the enemies, but I decide to not engage into fight because I know I have no chance. Instead, I am trying to go behind. They can't really do anything against me, they are not even looking there. They are not aware as well that I'm here and I'm getting very easy kills. Okay, for now I will show the last example of flanking. This one is gonna be more an open map, so you can see that it's also possible. First I'm getting the kill on 2 of the clueless enemies. Then I'm killing 2 more that are actually aware of me because I already killed their friends. Then I'm going from behind and killing another dude. After killing them, I see the site is not being contested, so what I'm doing is I'm getting on the rooftop so I can have the better angle on all of the approaching enemies to the site. And I'm killing everyone who is remaining. The next section will be focused more around the Delta Force settings, especially the graphics and the sensitivity. Delta Force is the type of game where you don't really need precision or anything like that, so I would suggest use a slightly higher sensitivity than you would use in games such as Valorant or CSGO, for example. Also, my recommendation would be to use the higher DPI and lower in-game sense for the easier tracking. So let's just say you have 800 DPI and you gotta use the sensitivity of 3. So what I would recommend you to do is, I would recommend to use the sensitivity of 1.5 with the DPI of 1600. Mouse sensitivity is a pretty much your own preference, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat slow, but also I'm trying to make it comfortable for me to use while tracking very quick targets that are very close to me. So I would say if you are on 1600 DPI, something between 1.5 and 2, I think it will be very fine. It also depends on the mouse. For the graphics, I don't think there is much to say. What you wanna do is you just wanna set everything to the lowest possible, because you wanna mainly focus on the visibility. You don't really care about the graphics since it's the shooter, so it doesn't really matter. For the resolution, I would encourage you to use the upscaling methods if you can. Even though you have more FPS, let's say above your refresh rate, you're still gonna get those weird 1% drops. Later, I will show you how you can also improve those upscaling methods to the newest version, which is going to be quite handful, especially if you are on the weaker PC. For the end of this section, I wanna show you one trick that's gonna boost your FPS for both AMD and the NVIDIA GPU. So you need to get the software DLSS Swapper, which I will link down in the description. Once you launch it, you have to find Delta Force on the list, and from here you can replace the DLSS to the newest version. If you are on the AMD GPU or some old GTX GPU, you can also do that for the newest FSR, which is going to give you better image quality and probably less ghosting while moving, as well as it's gonna buff your FPS. And here is the comparison of the quality without any DLSS. You can see the frames in top left corner. And this is the footage with DLSS set to balanced in 1440p resolution. As you can see, the image quality is pretty much the same, but we've got extra 100 FPS. Now I will talk a little bit more about some general things. The first thing I recommend you to do is to try to use the laser aiming sight. What it does is pretty much, you ignore the entire handling of the gun. So if you have very long ADS time, that means you can pretty much instantly ADS and the enemy will have no chance to react. So the point of bailing the gun's focus on handling is kind of gone. This is what not many players use, and I've noticed that only better players use it, and I think it's pretty broken mechanics in the game currently. Another thing that I think you should focus on is being very aggressive and not scared of dying. Like, I've noticed so many people are very, very afraid of pushing the side. Like, okay, if you die, what's going to happen? You will just wait 10 seconds and you're gonna spawn again. It's not like a competitive game where you really have to be focused all the round. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the entire game. No, here you can, like, allow yourself to die a little bit more. You can try to do some crazy plays. I think that if you're gonna set your mindset in that way, you're also gonna be more confident with your aim and your skills, which will definitely result in more kills. Also keep in mind that this game is not all about the aim. Like, you can see all of the insane kills that I'm getting with my aim, but this is because I've played thousands of hours in different FPS games. You have vehicles for the reason in this game, so feel free to use them. If you struggle, you're surely gonna benefit to your team if you play them and destroy your enemies' vehicles. Okay, I guess that will be it in this video. I kind of expected to make this video a little bit longer, but I don't really know what else I can cover. If you have an idea what type of video I can make on this channel, please let me know down in the comments. I'm open for the suggestions. My current idea will be to do the full game commentary over, like, to analyze all of my choices, like while I'm doing something and so on. So I hope to see you in the next video.